Well, good evening. I'm your host, Noel Clubb, here on the Club Tracks TV show, and welcome to Spanish Sports World Network on Zingo TV, channel 250. Please remember, download the Zingo TV app from the respective iOS and Android app stores, as the app is absolutely free. And while you download, please make sure to rate and leave a comment because we want to hear from you. Oh, yes, we do. And Zingo TV is also available on Google, Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and Fire TV sticks. Roku and Roku sticks are also available on all smart TVs from 2016 forward, folks. So welcome to Club Tracks. I'm your host, Noel Clubb. A couple quick notes. So our cool co-host, Mark Duda, will be back next week on the show to share with you. So not to worry, he'll be back this next week. And another side note, we have as guests coming up, we have a Teenage Head confirmed to be on the show in the next 2 weeks, along with a segment with Cynthia Ross. So got some cool stuff on the works, folks, and some pretty big bands to be announced hopefully next month or two. So we're busy. We are busy right now planning for some good stuff. But in the meantime, we have some pretty cool guests here on the show right now as we speak. So please introduce Darren and Angela D'Souza. Please welcome, folks. Come on down, folks.
How's it going, everybody?
Very good, very good. So, you guys. So we'll go back to the very beginning with you guys. How did you guys first get started in music?
In music in general, well, you want to talk about your beginnings of music?
Oh boy. Well,
we're going way back now.
Way
back. I actually I was always interested in music, even as a little kid. But when I was about 10 years old, we moved from Halifax to Cape Breton, and I had a lot of trouble fitting in. I was bullied pretty badly, and it was an ugly scene. It was pretty bad. And my parents, God bless them, bought me a piano and put me in piano lessons.
Oh,
and that literally, I think, saved my life. I loved it so much. I would come home from school and practice piano for hours and hours. And then I started kind of creating little songs and singing along with them. So then they put me in singing lessons. So music has kind of been a lifelong pursuit of mine ever since then. And I think that's also what brought me to the connection between music and compassion and kindness and inclusivity and kind of all the values that we try to pass on to our own students. And I think the reason that we're able to do this is because I lived it myself.
Right.
So that was kind of a heavy story. So maybe you have something a
little more lighter story on the other side here.
Mine doesn't seem any. He's very pale in comparison to that. I mean, I just grew up in the west end of Toronto. Just in the 80s, just wanted to be a rock guitarist. That was my big dream. Eventually I took lessons, studied classical. Eventually played full time on the circuit, which was pretty healthy back in the 80s, early 90s. You could play 3 nights a week in a club, Monday to Wednesday, and still pack them in Toronto and then go tour around Ontario and Quebec and Canada, and just keep yourself busy for months without coming back. I kind of feel bad for the kids today that can't do it as extensively as that, because that was kind of like my university,
just no kidding.
learning everything about the business, that way. And then, just basically been playing guitar for over 40 years now, and been teaching for about 25 years. And then I just love music, just love the guitar, love music. And that's why we're here.
That's exactly right. So it's all here. Exactly. Our love for music. So who are your earliest musical influences for both you and Angela and Darren growing up? Who are your earliest musical influences?
Well, again, I'll start by saying I was very influenced by the music of the East Coast, I think, of Canada. And I think my interest started probably with traditional music. And of course, we had artists from the East Coast, the late, great John Allen Cameron, Minglewood. I was a big fan of Minglewood growing up. There was just so much. I mean, and more recently, Joel Plaskett, great storytellers like that on the East Coast. And I think my interest really came from kind of a folky perspective that way. I love the storytelling in music, and I still love when I hear an artist who writes songs that tell a story, kind of in a Taylor Swift kind of. I mean, I know she's very polarizing for some reason, but I really love hearing a great storyteller through song. I think that's really an important part of music, and it's a big influence on me. How about yourself?
Oh, me, I think I learned the most from riding around with my dad driving, and we're sitting in the back seat and listening to AM radio. You know what I mean? and that's basically it. Now I have these flashbacks now because I listen to Sirius, this station called The Bridge and Yacht Rock, and it's all those same 70s schlock music that's just so good. the songwriting was so good back then.
It was.
That and all the basic, I was striving to be a guitar player, so all the 80s guitar guys, that was a big influence. Van Halen, Malmsteen, Schenker, all those guys,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
That was my coming of age, basically, playing. Fun.
Do you play a lot of bands when you're growing up?
Sorry?
You play a lot of bands when you're growing up?
Yeah, mostly just a lot of club bands. You know, we used to play the Gasworks and that. I played in the Van Halen tribute for a while. Aerosmith. When I was growing up, the tribute bands were huge in the Toronto scene.
And in every scene, I think.
All across Canada at that time, right around, in the late 80s, I guess.
Late 80s, in the 90s, absolutely, you're right.
And then I just got into, got into more original bands, writing songs and stuff like that. And then, eventually just still playing here and there where we can, but now doing more and more with students, really,
It's actually interesting because he played in an Aerosmith cover band. And I won't name the band, but the band,
you can name the band.
Well, it was called Ragdoll. And the band, I didn't know him back then, but the band did play in Halifax at a bar called the Misty Moon, where I used to spend a good deal of time in the university days. And he wasn't in the band at the time, but the band got up on stage and got in a fist fight with each other.
Oh, yeah, really? Those were my boys. Yeah, those are the guys I played with.
Yeah, and I remember that they were hired by the bar owner. Yeah. And when I first met you, you said, "Oh, have you ever heard of Ragdoll?" And that's the story that came to my mind. So it was kind of funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I left them
correlation there. Ragdoll, Aerosmith, fight band. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If those guys are watching, they'll be chuckling about that. Anyways, and that's funny. I left the band just before that East Coast tour, actually. Yeah,
is that right?
About a couple months before that, yeah.
Oh, I see. So the time was pretty good then. We left the band.
I guess, yeah. Well, we would have met earlier, probably. We would have met earlier than that, right? We met.
You wouldn't have liked me.
We still met through music anyway. So
we did.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, for all the viewers here, so actually I forgot to mention it earlier, but Avalon Music Academy had been running the United in Song International Songwriting Competition, which was why we brought you guys back on the show to bring on the contest winner, and of course talk about more about the academy, what you guys are doing there, about the business, working through the pandemic and so forth. But I want to ask you guys, how do you guys first get started running the school? How did it all get started with you guys?
Well, we've always wanted to do this and do some sort of business that has to do with music, and we taught out of our house for a long time. Ange did incredible just walking around our neighborhood with flyers and got I think 15 to 20 students from.
I think I had 25
just from
nice start.
Door to door, which is incredible. I mean, I don't know how that. I mean, there's perseverance. So that was what we always did. We always pushed and pushed and pushed. And then there was a school in town that was that I was kind of affiliated with. I was helping them out here and there. And then basically they wanted to get out of it, and we took it over and just built it up again from
nothing,
from pretty much nothing. Yeah, because they were kind of done. They were done with it, so we had to kind of start from zero.
Yeah.
And now we're 13 years later into it and still going strong. So
13 years, that's very good in the state.
I think maybe even longer.
Yeah, it might be a little longer than that. Sorry, I'm not.
I think it's 15. I think it's
15. Yeah, still, it's great. That's excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, we I forget what I was going to say. I don't know.
It was it's just that's how we got started. We built it from that, and there was some teachers there. We ended up having to just keep it's hiring teachers all the time, building it up. We opened some different locations, also some satellite locations along the way, and just basically noticed the grindstone. We just kept the pedal down, and we still are.
We still are.
Exactly. Especially right now, right? This is
especially right now. I never imagined having to almost kind of rebuild after. I mean, who would have predicted a pandemic, right? But
absolutely.
I never imagined having to rebuild almost our business 15 years in.
Yeah.
And it's not so much a rebuilding. What I've realized is that it's more of a reimagining. Like it's kind of a good thing in a lot of ways, because being able to teach online and being able to teach people from all over the country and all over the States. And I mean, it's been really interesting. We've met so many people throughout this who want lessons and who want our specific approach to lessons and all the value that the certain values that we bring to music. People want our particular brand of music lessons. And I think that because of the teaching online, we've been able to reach so many other people.
Right, expands you more, so right, yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, strangely, we've kind of grown through this whole thing. And I feel so bad for businesses that are not able to deliver their product online, and they've had to close down. And I mean, what did they say? Hair salons have been closed in Ontario, at least for more than 365 days, so for longer than a year.
I don't know how you can do that.
That's just it's unimaginable to me. But we're so fortunate that we've been able to deliver our product virtually, and we can still get students and grow. So it's actually been a very, very interesting time for us.
Yeah.
Been kind of a reset too, right? I mean,
it is a reset. It is.
You have to rethink everything, and then and then even the whole approach to teaching. I'm still teaching, 50 to 60 students a week, and it's just the approach is so different. And there's good things, of course the face-to-face interaction isn't there, but there's a lot of technical things you can do on the screen, and showing stuff and that. So the virtual lessons, there's definitely a lot of validity to it.
And the other value is that you can meet people kind of exactly where they are right now. Like they're comfortable in their own homes. They're more comfortable singing when they think no one can hear them. Like other studios going, they get a little bit self-conscious. Sometimes, not everybody. Some people it's in front of anyone, but I think we're meeting people where they are, and if they're in a tired mood, it's okay for them to be tired. If they're cranky, that's okay too. We can just kind of be like, we'll both be cranky tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
It's been really, I think, good for the students that way too. I think a lot of them are really anxious to get back and see their teachers face to face, but some are just absolutely loving online too. So it just depends on the person.
Yeah, true. You guys think they'd probably get like more people coming back once things kind of slowly open up? Or you think it'd kind of be more 50-50 online and physical teaching?
I think it's going to be more like 75-25 on person.
Online? In person, 75?
Yeah.
Most people want to come back.
Most people want to come back. Some people at this point are still a little, sketchy on coming back, so they'll just stay online. So we've worked the schedule that'll accommodate all that. So,
I think for September, though, it's going to be the vast majority will be in person.
I think there's going to be a pretty good boom here.
I think so too.
Yeah, I kind of see the same way. It's probably like a mini boom coming up ahead, I think.
Yeah, it's exciting. Sure. It's an exciting time.
It is, because we're all like, it's like chomping at the bit to get back to life again, right? So.
I know.
Oh boy, yeah. It's like, please bring it on. Please bring it back. Absolutely.
I know.
I was gonna ask you guys, what is your mission with the school, as far as the mission, your kind of your vision for it, and basically how you can provide for young musicians moving forward at the school?
Well, I think our vision has always been that music is more than just a technical skill. We don't just want to teach kids how to play scales and how to do all the technical things to do with their instrument and to do with reading music and theory and things like that. We want to teach them to feel music. We want to teach them that music kind of opens up a whole world, and you can see the beauty in the world and everything around you and the people around you. And when that happens, the amazing thing is that that kids and even adults who start music, they develop this whole new compassion and awareness for, I guess, empathy. They feel what other people around them might be feeling, because when we're teaching a song and someone isn't quite getting the feel of the song, we stop and ask them questions like, what does this part of the melody make you feel like? What if you were going to draw a picture right now, what would you draw? What color would you use? There's so much more that goes into it than just
the note. Yeah.
That's not what we stand for at all. And it's taken a long time to build this, what's the word? To build this
culture.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Create more personality in your playing, kind of a thing.
Exactly. And that's what we
color.
Yeah, and not only that, it's the whole organic side of music that doesn't really get taught. I mean, there's obviously a technical side you have to learn. Yeah. Technical side of in whatever instrument you have, but feeling it is the hardest thing to teach. And if you can get that side of the emotions out music is so emotional, right? I mean,
right.
It's all about how you felt when you heard the song. They're playing our song, all that kind of stuff,
Right.
That's all people stuff. That's all.
You can't separate the two. And you shouldn't separate the two.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to bring kind of that side of it back to music. And when you bring that side back, the amazing thing is that kids suddenly love learning. When you ask them, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? There's no right or wrong answer. Does this make you feel happy? What do those words make you think about? If you were going to write a song today, what would you write about? What are you thinking about right now? And it kind of, it validates every single kid, and it validates their feelings. So it's so incredible what there is out there. And if everybody could see that, it just would make me so happy.
It'd make the world a better place, wouldn't it?
It really would, though.
But it's because a lot of we teach I'm gonna say we teach like probably 90% kids, right? So and some I always talk with teachers about how their approach is with teaching a lesson and that, and then a lot of them get to this point where they say, oh well, he doesn't like this or like that, and then I always say to them, not everyone's going to love music like you love music, okay? Right. You are a music lover. You love your instrument. You love playing. Some people want this. It's like soccer to them. Like they got enrolled to soccer and now they're doing piano. So, but if you can break through that, little bit of exterior, and I always call it the eureka point. When I get through to a guitar student and they're like, oh, is that how you do that? Is that what you've been talking about? Yes. That's it. And then they're hooked. But hopefully they're hooked for life. Even if they stop taking lessons with me, at least they love music.
Yeah.
And that's all I care about. That's all I care about.
That's the goal.
No.
Exactly. Spreading the good word of music, eh? Very cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So your demographic sounds like pretty wide demographic, is it not?
Our demographic, sorry?
It sounds like a pretty large demographic. I imagine you guys are kind of serving in your case, eh?
It is.
For sure.
We have students of all ages. We really do. Some starting as young as 3 years old and going all the way up to we have retirees who are just starting music lessons as well. So we also have people from all across Canada now, and we have several students in the US as well. So it's gotten really, really, we've really broadened our scope that way, which is incredible.
And we've seen a lot of, it's funny when you talk about older students in the demographic. I've seen since the pandemic started, a lot of seniors have been taking lessons because they've just
right? Interesting.
And it's always a common thread through them is, I got so much time now. We're at home, I want to take some lessons. And when we opened up for that, unfortunately, brief period of time from
3
September,
weeks.
no,
Right, I heard that time, yeah.
The first time.
I'm talking about from September to
Oh, okay.
we opened from September to, I know, 3 weeks. Yeah. But there was a lot of people that came in or older retirees that came into the studio, and it was really cool. And some of their approaches were just really interesting. I had one gentleman who was an ex-school teacher, and he was learning guitar, and I was showing him stuff and just getting a feel for it. And what kind of books do you want to go into? And he goes, "Got any kid books, like basic beginner with the little pictures of bears and stuff, kid books?" And this was a really smart guy, right? He was an ex-school teacher. I go, "Yeah, sure, you can just check this one out." He goes, "Yeah, because I figured, because this is how I like to do it, from zero, right?" And it was actually a pretty cool approach because he didn't have a lot of mobility with his hands.
Gotcha.
And he wanted to learn one finger chords on guitar to start. Nothing big, and it was a really good approach, and it was just you learn from people like that,
Absolutely, big baby steps, baby steps there.
So the demographic, huge demographic, teenagers. It's great to see that rock and roll is alive and well in teenagers. I've never taught more AC/DC and Black Sabbath songs to.
Well, that's good to hear.
And if any musician out there is worried about rock and roll dying, no.
It's not.
it's alive and well. It's alive and well out there. Everybody still wants to make noise with their guitars.
Absolutely. So well said. Even walking on streets, you see a lot of kids, like young kids, 12, 13, 14, 15, wearing Led Zeppelin, the Stones.
Yes.
Yeah. Well before their time, and like, whoa, very cool to see that.
It is very. I always tell them. I always say, "I like your shirt," and then they look at me.
Yeah, exactly. Encourage it.
And I mean, not that they're not liking the pop music. There's amazing music today that's coming out too. But they're seeing a whole broad spectrum too. They're looking at what their favorite bands were listening to. I mean, I did that too. I was.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah.
And Eric Clapton was listening to Howlin' Wolf. Yeah, sure. I went and checked that out. So they're doing the same thing. A lot of the people they're recording today liked Guns N' Roses, liked Springsteen and that, and they're checking that kind of stuff. So
very cool.
Their influences. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I never thought Weezer would be like a classic rock.
I know.
Looking up to Led Zeppelin, like some kids that are looking up to Weezer. It's
Who would have thought, right?
I know. It's so true, though. You're right. Because now Weezer, as you know, they'll kind of fall into that classic rock category, which is for you and I hard to believe, but
hard to believe,
impossible.
But here it is 25, 26 years later, and then there they are. They're in the classic rock genre because of that.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to believe. I know what you're saying. I had the same kind of thought too about that. Like, what?
They just came out.
Yeah, exactly. Same for me. My mind, they're still kind of
But that's been a real learning experience over the years to see styles. But the classic rock stuff, I mean, the Triumph, the Rush, the Led Zeppelin, the Aerosmith, that always is the standard for kids that are coming in to learn rock stuff, like drummers, bass players, guitarists, even singers, even the singers who want to get going. They're still singing classic rock stuff. It's not just the adults, So it's great.
Exactly.
Rock and roll's here. Rock's here to stay.
Very true. I totally agree. I see the same trends myself too out there. It's very true. It's good to see. It's kind of reassuring to see that.
Yeah.
You see, good music is ageless, and it's good to see people identify good music.
And that's not to say there's not still some great music, new music coming out. There's some great bands.
There still is good stuff out there, but there was a lot of great stuff but kind of drove and created the pathway that we know now as being the music scene and the genre scene and so forth. So, yeah,
for sure,
absolutely. So yeah, so you guys,
great to see.
Oh, go ahead. So go ahead, Darren.
Oh no. I was just saying, it's great to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So we're guys, you and I can touch on this before the show started with the opening day coming up on, of course, Monday, June 14th, has been the next step, opening up the economy here, and of course, the country, not just the province. You guys have any plans for the academy for your opening? Any big plans coming up?
We are actually allowed to open at a limited capacity tomorrow. So
Right.
we're opening. Oh, is tomorrow the 14th?
Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. I know it's hard to believe. It's tomorrow's Monday, the 14th.
We could have opened actually on Saturday, but we just
there wasn't enough notice.
Yeah, and we just wanted to talk, just get everything.
Yeah,
in
it was
line.
pretty quick notice.
It was quick for a lot of people that we know that have retail stores that had to switch from Friday.
Turn a dime really fast, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Really for us, it's just a transition for everybody letting us know right after we finish the show. I'm going to be jumping right on emails to get tomorrow organized, right? So it's just about are you coming in? Are you staying online? Are you coming back? Because some people, some people did went away and didn't. Some younger kids didn't want to do it, and now they're coming back for the last little while too. So that's good.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people we have coming back for the last 2 weeks of June. It's incredible how much they've missed their lessons. So that is very, very heartening for me to hear that they've missed their lessons that much. We're excited. And for us, it's literally just a physical transition. We're, instead of doing the lessons in the basement on Zoom, we're driving over to the studio.
Yeah.
And
right.
We've kept all our teachers. We haven't let anyone go through this whole pandemic.
Everyone kept working.
Everyone still has a job. Everyone's still been working. We're very, very fortunate in that way. So we're pretty excited about tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding, guys. Well, that's great. That's great news. Some good news on this front. So that's always good to have here on the show. Some good news for music people. Right on.
Yeah,
it's long overdue. That's all I know.
Getting back into it. I mean, we could have. I mean, it's the end of the school year. We follow the public school year.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We follow a number of days that are open during July and August, only because so many people do go away. But we're probably going to have a pretty busy summer. Pretty busy summer because not everyone's going to probably go away, obviously. But so we really pushed to open. I was really hoping that June would have us open for at least the tail end, so we can say goodbye to people too, right? So
and you got your summer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and the kids want to do it because their schools are in Ontario. The schools are not going back, right? So the public are not going back. At least they get to get out of the house and do something, and they'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, to get a house, do something kind of constructive. Yeah, exactly. Well, hey guys, we get on to our contest here because you guys had that amazing contest, which kind of brought you guys on the show in the first place. So I seen the contest, and that's so cool seeing that. So I just want to introduce, of course. Go ahead. Oh, you're saying?
It was a lot of fun to run that competition. And we did it just to try to bring some positivity. Everybody seemed so down and negative and angry. We just wanted to bring something positive. So I thought, as I said before, about expressing your message through song. We wanted people who could express a positive message of unity, togetherness, and what unites us all instead of what divides us all. And we got a lot of incredible entries. I mean, it was not an easy decision, but we did pick our winner, who is here.
And he's with us right now, Mr. Lamb.
There he is, Kyle Lamb here on the show. Welcome, Kyle.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, how did you discover the contest?
Honestly, just through social media. I was, as someone who plays regularly, I like cover shows and tries to make some extra money with music, and not getting to play for people, not getting to play any new originals. And it's just, I was looking for something, and I came across, United in Songwriting. And so I wrote something, put it in, and here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Can you tell us about the song you wrote for the competition? Can you give some more background about the song you wrote for the competition?
Yeah, it's called H.E.R, a little town in Italy that I'm quite fond of. It's about what I tried to, put towards the unity aspect is I think we're all just missing on certain things, playing music live, they're seeing our friends, whatever it is.
Connecting.
We're kind of unified in misery, or we have been. We're finally seeing the light, but I think it's important to it's been important to just find your light in the darkness, and for me, it's the thought of getting back to playing and to traveling. So that's kind of where my mind was.
Yeah, excellent, sir. Can we hear a bit of your song?
Yeah.
Your contest winning song for us here on the show?
Gladly. All right, here we go.
Here he is, Kyle Lamb on Club Tracks.
All these things that I can be, but I'm okay with just being me. Everything seems to be falling into place so recently. It's you and me, emotionally, tearing up the fabric of a misery. Let's start clean, no more empty dreams. It's time to let go and finally be free. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's wake up to a sunset. Warmth wraps around us with no regrets. Not dead yet, so let's go and get our perfect life. How's that far-fetched? It's in our reach, that Maori beach. Life in the sun, oh, it sounds so sweet. It's you and me, intrinsically, reaching out for our destiny. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's time to let go and finally be free. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's time to let go and finally be free. Yeah.
Very good. Right on.
Nice.
Kyle Lamb, Club Tracks. Right on, man. Good job there. Right on. Very
Thank
good.
you very much.
Very good.
Nice.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's a
Thank
very,
you.
very good. Yeah, good song. Good message there. Very good. Very good. So how long before you take to actually write that song?
I mean, it's in a day, but then it's never actually finished, right?
It's never done just like that.
No,
yeah,
it just
there's
kind of
tweaking
keeps
going on.
Yeah, it keeps evolving.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, hey, let's move on. So back over to Angela and Darren. So actually, talk to you guys about Jacob. Jacob's has a record coming out next in a while, and that's why you guys see if we can get him on the show and maybe do a little track for us. Is that possible?
I think we could coax
For
him.
sure. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Before we run out of
we'll
time, because the show flies by so quick.
Jacob up here. Oops. Come on over. Here's Jacob right here. Yes.
Excellent. So all the viewers at home, this is Jacob D'Souza, and of course his parents, and of course Angela and Darren of Avalon Music Academy. He's going to do a little song for us, and he's about to have his new record, his debut record, coming out in the next few weeks. And here he is, Jacob.
Coming out on the 28th. Yeah,
Monday, June 28th is a release date. Right. Excellent. Well, here he is, Jacob D'Souza.
Good.
I miss the nights in California, the way we laughed until we died. I miss your hesitance to hold me, 'cause you were scared of letting go too soon. I miss the days in San Francisco, the way your hair blew in the wind, getting lost in some adventure, but didn't care, 'cause we were bored and free. Going back to California, need to see you one last time. So let's sing to that generic love song from that movie soundtrack that we somehow love. I have wished every night upon a shooting star that I'll see you one last time before I die. Found the sweater that you gave me, so I don't forget the way you smell. Put it on and went to bed. Dreamt of you in those summer afternoons. Going back to California, need to see you one last time. Do you remember what I look like? 'Cause baby, you were one of a kind. So let's kiss under the shining stars of the bay where we met. Let's stare at the lights of the city from the Sausalito Mountains where I fell in love with you. Now I'm back in California. Where are you? Whoa, where are you? Where are you? Yeah.
Very good. Right on. Woohoo.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good, sir. Very good. There you have it, Jacob D'Souza. Excellent going. What's the name of that song, Jacob?
Sorry?
What's the name of that song?
Oh, the name of the song is Nice in California, and that's the name of the EP too. It's gonna have 4 songs.
Oh, very good. Very good. So it's gonna be your debut EP coming out June 28th. Very good. Do you have any plans for any online performances coming up in the next little while or in the works?
Yeah, you know, it's a bit tough right now with the way the lockdowns are. Yeah, it's a bit inconsistent with finding that, but you know, having Instagram, doing live streams on Instagram and Facebook is always a great alternative to that. Sorry?
It's always a plus doing that as well, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get the word out that way as well. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Well, very cool. Actually, I have you and your dad here together on the show. I was going to ask you a very tough question, by the way. A very tough question. Who are your top 3 guitarists of all time for both Darren and Jacob? Who would they be?
We have to. Would we have 3 each, or do we get?
Yeah, 3 each, guys. Yeah, 3 each.
I know who my number 1 is. That's got to be Eddie Van Halen. That's
right on. Eddie Van Halen, good call, number 1.
We agree on that one. We agree on that one. Yes.
Unanimous.
We agree on that one.
Who would be your number 2, number 3 on that list?
There's so many different factors to consider, but
absolutely. But
Yeah,
who inspires you most? Top of your head,
it's
who
something
inspires
I
you
thought
most?
about before for sure.
A lot of different factors for sure.
Influence and skill and so many different things to consider. But I think number 2, Jimi Hendrix. Number 3,
Great one, yeah. Love Hendrix.
I know. I thought he was going to say Brian May because he was really into Brian May for a long time. So
Yeah, another great one from Queen. Yeah, absolutely.
Brian May and Jimmy Page for sure.
Jimmy Page.
Don't forget Jimmy Page.
Yeah. So is your list the same basically for dad and son?
I don't know. I don't know. For classic rock, maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to make a list considering all the different genres and all the different eras and everything.
Oh no, I'm aware of that, but just the top of your head, like who would you kind of go to? If you had to select a couple, who would they be?
Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton.
Right on. Good call there. Good call on that one.
See, my number one all-time favorite was, no one knows him too well, but it's Michael Schenker from UFO.
Oh, really?
He was my number one for
Scorpions?
still for years. Yeah, Scorpions. Yeah. And and then he was kind of the one that caught my ear when I was his age, basically. Yeah.
So that was a great era for Scorpions. I thought the late '70s, early '80s was pretty.
And then to bring up Canadians, Alex Lifeson and Rick Emmett were probably one of my huge.
Right on.
Yes, yeah.
Right
and
on.
Rick Emmett from Triumph, and both those guys. Just a pile of different styles: classical, jazz, progressive rock, and all that kind of stuff. So lots of different stuff to listen to out of one guitar player, right? So interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's well put about Rick Emmett and Alex Lifeson. Those guys are so dynamic. They brought so many different elements to the table, musically speaking. That it really was quite brilliant when you actually look at this stuff. Actually, if you're being positioned, looking at it objectively, it's like, whoa, that's really well done. Yeah, they were tremendous musicians.
Yeah, Rick Emmett really messed me up because you listen to a Triumph album and there's classical songs, there's rock songs, there's pop kind of sounding songs, there's hard rock, heavy metal kind of guitar playing, there's crazy stuff. It's like, I was like 12 years old listening to Triumph and going, I gotta learn all these styles now.
Yeah, exactly. No,
to be like Rick Emmett. Yeah. And then Eddie Van Halen, of course, just blew the world away.
Yeah, something very special. Yeah, he was to me like the Bachs or the Beethovens of his instrument. When you see those kind of guys come around every few hundred years, kind of, because they're so special, they're so unique what they add to their, to their ability, to their music. Right?
Very much so. Yeah, he just it was just like a different level. Like Hendrix. When Hendrix came up, it was a different level.
Level altogether. Yeah, so
true. Blew apart, and then he got blown apart again with Van Halen, and maybe there'll be somebody who does that again someday, but it's hard to say,
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be someone else again, but the question is who and when. It could be Jacob. That's right. Watch out for Jacob.
I can play it. It'll be me.
That's right. You heard it first here on the show, folks. Watch out for Jacob D'Souza. Super duper guitar star here out of Canada. Right on.
Yeah.
Very good. I was going to ask you guys about, because we're almost out of time already, so I want to get to a couple more topics before we go on time. Because I know you guys have a concert, online concert you wanted to basically be hosting next little while. June 26th.
Angela's still here if she wants to come back. But
yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, we have an online concert coming up. Basically,
I'm not on.
She's kind of hiding there beside the screen.
We don't have a camera crew, so
There she is.
Our online concert's coming up at the end of June. Actually, the deadline is this week for all our students to put their videos in. Interestingly enough, the studio is going to be open this week, so if they didn't have videos done, they could still do them with their teacher this week, which is awesome that we timed it that way. Watch out your phones at the We should have gone for a second camera. But that's they submit. We've done. I guess this will be our probably our fourth now, because we had one in June last year. We did a Christmas one. We did a fundraiser that we did. We had in the spring or actually late winter, and now another concert here which we put together. We have an amazing manager named Sabrina Reed Smith who puts all the videos together for us, and then we just do a YouTube show on a Saturday night, and it's actually a cool little event because we sit there and watch, and sometimes we chat with the families and that kind of thing, and it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah.
We've also, just as a point of interest, there's no charge for anyone to participate or attend our online concert, but we are asking if people want to make a $5 donation. All donations will go to Woodland Cultural Center Save the Evidence campaign in support of Indigenous children. So we are taking collections for that, and all the money we're going to actually put a link to Woodland Cultural Center on the concert so that people can donate directly to the cultural center, and the money will go right to them. And anybody who does donate is entered to win a lovely bracelet that we've purchased from a local jewelry maker. So yeah, it's a win-win.
Nice. Yeah, it supports that cause too, which is a
very important
topic.
Very important cause. Absolutely, yeah. No, nice touch, guys. Nice touch as well. Very good.
That's real close. That's real close to home for us here too. It's just down the road from us here at Brantford. So,
yeah, exactly. So, I ask you guys, do you have any plans for any kind of contests coming up next little while? Is there anything in the works you're kind of thinking of unveiling in the near future for contests?
I think I will start one in September. We will start one in September, and this time I think we'll make it for kids.
Really?
For kids. Because like I said, we're going to be running some very fun songwriting programs starting in September for kids. And I think what we're going to do is try to get them to tell their stories. And if we have a contest, that's just another incentive for them to put their thoughts down into words and into melodies. So that sounds pretty interesting to me. And I think we're going to give that a go.
Very good. That's very good. Well, hey guys, almost out of time already, and I gotta say it was a great time with you guys as always, and it's nice to have a show dedicated to you guys. We've been on the show on off again for quite some time, and it was a real pleasure. Do you guys want to add on before we go?
Well, just that before we go, we do have a lot of great stuff coming up. That's we have a really kind of a collaboration that's going to be happening. We can't really talk about it right now, because it's all just kind of in
there's some details to iron out
stages, but really exciting stuff coming up in the world of teaching. Kind of a little bit of what we talked about earlier about the whole, the organic, the feel and all that kind of stuff. That kind of basically trying to develop here at Avalon.
And we finally met another school who shares our values and
philosophy as well. Very good. Yeah, it's hard to find out there that matching vibrational connection there.
It hardly ever happens, and so we're going to go into a nice little partnership, and we'll announce that in a couple of weeks.
We've been meeting over the last 2 months, and all the meetings are amazing.
There's
just
so
amazing.
A
bunch of ideas coming up, and just to help out, and it helps out music teachers too, as well as the students. And it's just a great thing that we'll be talking more about very soon.
Everything works better in life through collaboration.
I agree.
People get the idea that it's competition, that it's being on top of everybody else and beating, doing anything to win. People get the idea that that's what puts you on top, but it's not. Mm-hmm. People who can collaborate and bring their skills together and bring everything that every member of party can deliver to the world, that's the people who win, I think.
Agreed. And it definitely is a collaboration in a lot of ways. It sure is. And also as as human beings, as spiritual beings, we need that connection with other people as well. So they'll feed off that, and of course evolve those ideas together to something greater, bigger than what we are and who we are.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a great attitude to have, guys. Great approach, and I totally agree with that. I've been doing that myself for a long time, and I learned that's the way to go. Yeah,
amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. And where can people check out more on you folks on social media, whether it being Avalon Music Academy or yourselves on social media?
Our Avalon Facebook page, it kind of has a funny name. It's called Avalon Music Academy. It's a lifestyle. So look that up because it actually is a lifestyle.
It is lifestyle.
And we try to promote it as a lifestyle. They can also go to Instagram and look up Avalon Music Academy. I think that we're the ones that come up first.
Hope so.
Hope so, yeah.
And our website is avalonmusicbrantford.mymusicstaff.com. They can also find us there.
Then we also have
Me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Jacob D'Souza Music. No capitals, no spaces or anything. Also on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever. Jacob D'Souza.
And by the way, Jacob's first single was released in February of "Come Back to You," and that's out there right now. If you want to pick that up, and he's got a video out too. So,
what's that single called? The first single was called? What's it called?
Come back to you.
Come back to you. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, folks. So watch out for Jacob D'Souza. Check out that record. June 28th, or sorry, EP, I should say. It's EP coming out June. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool, folks. Well, hey, gang, it was a real pleasure as always having the show, and we'll bring it back on again, some shape or form, real soon. We'll figure it out together as we always do.
Thank you so much, Noel.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for supporting us, and always there for us. It's always great to be on the show. It's awesome.
Absolutely. And hey, and when I just want to share with you, like when we had Trav on the show, when I heard you're a big fan, it was really important for me to get you on the show and stay on the show and ask more questions. I didn't want to tell you offhand, so I kind of leave it and kind of let you do your thing. But
that was awesome.
Because you're being a big fan, like, I got to get this kind of opportunity to get him on the show, and I'm talking to Gil Moore. That's just too
that was just
special.
That
was so nice.
So nice of you to do that, because I'm just a schmuck that just wanted to talk.
Oh, you're not a schmuck. Come on. Not on this show. You're not.
Yeah.
You guys want to play?
Once again, guys, real pleasure. I'll see you real soon. So I want to thank, of course, Darren and Angela and of course, Jacob. And, of course, our guest we can't see right now over there, Mr. Lamb as well. But thanks, guys, for being on the show. And we'll see you real soon, I hope. I hope. And then good luck with the reopening as of tomorrow, being Monday the 14th and all.
Yay.
Great stuff.
Reopening.
Great stuff, Noel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And you at home, folks, check out Spanish Sports World Network and Zingo TV for all the news. Watch it, hear it, read it, download it, live it. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. We'll see you real soon. Cheers, everyone. Take care.
Yeah.